Okay, let's open up some. Accidentally ruining my girlfriend's career. Okay, that one. Oh, ooh, not safe for work. Ooh, okay, we might have to. We might have to handle that one carefully. No, probably not. But usually, you know, like, I don't like if people do this. I actually don't like head pads. But that's like a thing, like, I don't even like that from people I like, you know? I don't like people messing with my hair up here. So, you know, if you want to do it in a friendly way, you just, you know, grab on the side and test here. Okay.
Hand break. Handhålls.
Add...
Nej, du skojar nu.
Okay, but well, we're just randomly doing the ones coming up here, right?
Okay.
We're not gonna read too much.
Det ser väldigt acid.
Alright. Oh wow, that one sounds mean. Okay.
Jag kan inte skopia.
Okay, how bad can this be, chat? It says not safe for... Okay, I'll check it shortly. I'm sorry. I'll check it shortly, you know. Okay, there's no picture here. Then it's fine. It's fine. There's no picture here. I was like, is there a picture or something? Okay, there's no picture here. We're good. Alright, am I the asshole for accidentally ruining my girlfriend's career? Hi everyone, I'm in a tough spot right now and I'm not sure if I'm the asshole or not. My girlfriend, 27 female, let's call her Sarah, and I, 26 male, have been together for 3 years. She's always been passionate about her job as a teacher and has worked really hard to build up her career. However, a few weeks ago, I accidentally stumbled upon some photos of Sarah on Instagram that I have never seen before. Are you about to check? A good mod. They were pictures of her in some very revealing clothing, and some of them were even nude. I was shocked and confronted her about it, and she told me that she used to be a lingerie model before becoming a teacher. She said she stopped doing it because she didn't want it to affect her career, and she thought I knew about it already. I didn't know how to react at first, but eventually I told a few of my friends about it. One of my friends is a gossip and ended up telling someone who works at the school where Sarah teaches. Long story short, the photos somehow got into the hands of the school board and Sarah was fired for unprofessional behavior. Sarah is devastated and blames me for ruining her career. She says that I should have kept my mouth shut and that I betrayed her trust. I feel terrible about what happened, but I didn't know that it would lead to this. Am I the asshole for accidentally ruining my girlfriend's career? You know, I wouldn't say he's an asshole because, as he said, he didn't do it intentionally. But that being said, he's a huge dumbass. Like, she did tell him about why she stopped and what her concerns are. Yeah, he should have known better, right? He's not an asshole. No bad intentions, so he's not an asshole, but he's a bit of a dumbass, right? Because, like, she did tell him why she stopped, so he should have connected the dots of that maybe he shouldn't share it with everyone, right? Now, he doesn't go too much into detail of, like, but he says one of them was a gossip, so it sounds like he knew that person would go around tell everyone. Alright, Esteralis, thank you for hanging out. Have a beautiful night. So yeah, I would say not an asshole, but a bit of a dumbass. Feels bad, man. Yeah, she should have removed it too. I agree with that. Like, but that doesn't mean just, you know, Bran, just because she used to do that, right? Doesn't mean that everybody else is now free from all responsibility, right? Like, that's a bullshit take too. Right? Like, he still has some responsibility, like, especially as her spouse, right? As her partner. He should, like, consider her concerns and take them into consideration when talking to others, right? Generally, you don't want your spouse going around talking about stuff you're uncomfortable with, right? Yeah, she doesn't do it anymore. Yeah, so that's a big factor here too, right? But yeah, I don't think asshole, but yeah, but like maybe not even. I don't know. Dumbass is also the right. Maybe a little bit oblivious, right? He didn't really, you know, he didn't really catch on that this was sensitive information. Basically, that's what it feels like. But yeah, all right. We could have actually checked comments a little. Too late. Next one. We'll check comments on this one. Am I the asshole for ruining English Mother's Day for my former adoptive mother? My former adoptive mother. So I assume multiple adoptive mothers. Yeah, they're kind of both dumbasses. I can agree on that one.
Oh.
Yeah, she should have deleted them 100%. But yeah, like it's ridiculous that they were just so easy to find on her Instagram, right? That is ridiculous too, 100%. Like she should have deleted those.
All by myself.
My former adoptive mother was also my stepmother. My former adopted. Okay, so basically, dad married stepmother, and she adopted Arthur. Okay, she and my father forced the adoption on me against my will when I was 7 because she couldn't have children biologically. My mom was dead, and they felt like she deserved the official mother title and a place on my birth certificate. You know, okay, I do believe Arthur feels about it, like feels right now, like that. But let's be real. As a 7-year-old, do you have that strong of an opinion about that? I feel like no. Like I myself went through a name change when I was quite little, because my mom married. And I didn't have a very strong opinion on that. Just gonna say it. Like I feel like at that age. Or maybe you do because the mother died. I don't know. But like, I know, just the sentence just seems a bit weird to me. Like where I'm like, do you really like with 7 like have such strong feelings about it? But maybe. I just feel like it's too young.
Nice.
As a 7-year-old, I already liked anime girls, so yes, and that is a way more complex. But yeah, maybe it is because the mother died, and that is very tragic. And obviously, I don't know about that. So yeah. Okay, I never wanted it and begged them not to, but was ignored. Wow. Really? That is crazy to me too. If your 7-year-old begs to not be adopted, why would you go through with it? They even lied and said Dad was sick to push the judge's hand because apparently with me saying no, they needed something that would make a judge think it would be in my best interest. So they pretended Dad was worried something would get worse and the judge decided it was safer for me. Is this story real? I feel like... I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. This seems so unreal to me. I don't know. All of this seems so unreal to me that like they like the father pretending to be sick so they go through with the adoption. Why was the adoption that important to them? Yeah, like this is weird shit. Holy shit. I never forgave them. I went no contact 7 months ago when I turned 18. I asked my maternal grandparents to adult adopt me to erase the original adoption. My stepmother is English, and ever since I knew her, she celebrated both the UK Mother's Day and our Mother's Day. Wow, what a life. Double Mother's Day. And then around midnight last night, I made a Facebook post thanking my grandma for adopting me and being a great mom to me. I don't even celebrate the UK's Mother Day, but Dad's parents remind me about it and said I should post something knowing she would see. They weren't thinking of announcing the adoption thing, but that's what I did. Woke up an hour ago and she saw it. Thanks to other family members being friends to both of us on Facebook, I was told by an aunt that they're really angry and saying I'm an asshole because they had no idea I was no longer legally their kid. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh. He never told her. Bullshit. Yeah, sure, you're adopting a kid so you get 2 mother kids presents.
And all the PvP which we made along the way.
Honestly, I think yes. I think Arthur is an asshole. Okay, so I have no clue how the childhood was, right? To me, it's kind of weird. Like, we don't have the context, right? If she was a good mother, if she was a bad mother. But he didn't add anything saying like she was ever a bad mother to him. So even though he might have not agreed with the adoption, she still took care of him until he was an adult, right? So yes, the least he could have done is tell her that he is gonna get adopted by the grandparents and she's not gonna be his mom anymore. I 100% think she deserved to be told. He was 7, he was a kid, and like, even though he feels so strongly about this, right?
Oh my god.
Even though he feels so strongly about this, I'm sorry, but 7 years old are not developed enough to make responsible decisions. Even though years later you think, yeah, that's the decision I wanted, right? That was basically just a dice roll as a 7-year-old. And yeah, you landed on the jackpot, but like I feel like also if this mother had been a bad mother to him, he would have mentioned it here, right? Because would add basically as an argument. I don't know. I feel like if this is really all they did to him, right? Then they should have. Then he definitely should have told her. I still think she just wanted 2 presents. I don't know. The thing is, even if they didn't adopt him, right? Like, she still would have been a mother role for him, probably, at that age. Not Transa, we're reacting to Am I the Asshole Reddit. I know, this is just a really weird one. It also sounds kind of unreal, but my guess is just there is just missing stuff here. Like, I never forgave them, right? I mean, they still raised you, took care of you. I feel like this is 18-year-old... like, arrogance, a little. Probably he wouldn't be complaining. To be honest, he sounds like a brat to me. I'm gonna be honest. He sounds like a spoiled brat to me. Because if she'd done anything bad, it would be in here. It would be in this post. I mean, yeah, that's what I said, Tronster. Oh, not the asshole. Interesting. Okay, let's see what other people say. Maybe, you know. First things first, sorry about your mom, OP. It's a conflict to go through and everyone handles it at any age. Even if it happens young and you barely remember it, can come back around and rear its ugly head. But really, what did they expect to happen forcing a bond onto a child? And against the child's wishes. I understand perhaps if your dad was truly ill and worried something might happen. But even then, she was really the best only option? Sounds like she's not. Mind if I ask how old you were when she passed? And how long was it between your mom's passing and your forcible adoption?
Wow. Okay.
2 years between mom passing and dad remarrying. Like, okay, I do... Obviously... It is extremely tragic that he lost his mother. And I cannot begin to try to understand what that trauma is like, right? That is just the reality. I cannot. And I will not try to pretend I could. But at the end of the day, they still raised him. I'm not saying they were right into forcing this adoption onto him. But also, he was just 7 years old. Did he really like, I don't know, is his memory even that clear? Did he really back them? You know, like, I don't know. I feel like it's such a young age to be so certain about something. And they did raise him, and there's no mention of her being a bad mother at all to him, a bad stepmother to him at all. So I still feel like he should have told her. Told you it was the double presents.
Den I toppen av röda kurian.
Agree, not the asshole. My 2 eldest brothers have a different dad from me, and my mom forced them to change their surname to my dad's. When they were both under 10, they didn't see their dad much, but as they became close to my dad, they never went back to their original surname. They still resent my mom for that to this day. My mom should have said they could change to my dad's name if they wished when they were old enough to make their own decisions. Nothing good comes out of forcing your child to do something, especially when it involves the child grieving. I do agree with that. But at the same time, he should have told her because she still raised him. Like, one wrongdoing does not excuse another wrongdoing. And he is an adult now. He is 18 years old. I feel like that is like overlooked here in the comments. Like, of course, there was no reason for them to adopt him. I agree with that. But, I don't know, if you're a reasonable adult, you still acknowledge that they raised you and took care of you, right? And you, like, even if you go no contact, you still tell them about that, I feel. The family is overreacting, probably, but still. I still think he should have told them. I think we can handle for like maybe not an asshole, but he still should have told her.
Guys, 60 dexterity.
Am I the asshole for letting my boyfriend's cat outside? Okay, this one sounds tame. My boyfriend of a year owns his own place and has a cat, Libby. She's 2 years old and has always gone outside. He is stopping that, as he said. She injured her paw quite badly and had scratches on her after another cat attacked her. He said a few of his neighbors have become concerned recently as their cats also have become injured. She was quite poorly and it cost him a lot in vet fees. I think quite poorly hurt or in poor condition. He said that he gets it's a change for Libby as she has been meowing at the door to be let out, but that it's for her health and safety. And he said he's planning on building some outside open air cage thing, so she's still outside but concealed in it. Outside cage for a cat, oof. I was there the other night and Libby was meowing at the back door. I said that it wouldn't hurt to let her out as she was very loud. He says he just ignores her for 10 minutes and she's fine and told me not to let her out. She seemed really insistent, so I let her out. BF was none the wiser, but after a while he noticed how quiet his house was and started to look for Libby as she normally cuddles him after not being let out. He started freaking out when he couldn't find her and I told her... Wait, is it a he or a she? Because it keeps saying boyfriend, but then I told her I let her out. Okay. He got really angry and asked why the fuck would you do that when I told you I don't want my cat outside. He started saying I'm rude, insensitive, and horrible for what I did. Libby came back after like an hour. She was fine. My boyfriend kicked me out and has been cold to me since. He says that he doesn't trust me in his house anymore or near his cat. She's a really sweet girl and I love her, and I don't think I did anything wrong.
Yeah.
We have some gender confusion going on in this text. I guess it's the girlfriend, actually. What is going on? Did the author wanna conceal? Did the author try to conceal the genders, or I don't know? I think he's been really paranoid just cause she got hurt once. I'm trying to make him see my POV that he's being too overprotective, and he says I'm an asshole and that he needs some space from me. So yeah, I need to see the comments too. But first of all, before we look at the comments, here's my take on this, right? No, like, the matter of fact aside, whether you think the girl should be let outside, or the cat should be let outside or not, you did break your partner's trust. 100%. If my partner did something with the birds I told them not to do, they would break my trust. And like, my birds are my family, right? So even though I don't agree with keeping the cat inside, right? I do not agree with that. By just ignoring that and just still letting the cat outside, 100% breaking the trust, and in that sense, asshole, yes. But I do understand, like, that I would also think the cat should be let outside, but that being said, I would never do that against my partner's will. I would maybe talk to my partner about it and be like, hey, it's a better life for a cat to be outside, right? Stuff like that. But doing it against their will 100% goes against the trust. Like, I would be the same. I couldn't, like, have someone in my apartment who I can't trust anymore to like, treat my birds the way I want them to be treated. But yeah, okay, let's say. You're the asshole, not your cat, not your home, and not your vet bills to pay if the cat had gotten injured. I would break up with you, yes. Apparently nobody's saying something about the gender confusion. Yeah, I don't even think it matters what this is about. It doesn't, like, here's the thing, right? First and foremost, this is not your cat and you're in a relationship, right? And that relationship, like, is based on trust, right? It doesn't even matter whether you think what's better for the cat. It is not your cat. It is not your responsibility. Unless the cat is actually being harmed or, you know, stuff like that, then yeah, maybe you need to intervene, but you will always have to keep in mind that if you intervene against especially your partner's will, you will break their trust. All right. I would anyway, absolutely irresponsible as a pet owner, and OP isn't even the owner. You're the asshole, SB. Don't get OP, don't get pets, yeah. Yeah. Crossing boundaries, yeah. Okay. I wonder if somebody asked about the gender situation in the post. Is this on Am I the X yet? Oh god. Doesn't seem like anybody actually got confused here. Next on Am I the X? Oh my god. Like, okay, if I were in a relationship with someone abusing a pet, I couldn't be with that person in a relationship, first of all, because I love pets, I love animals, right? And like, I couldn't stand seeing that. I would intervene there too, but I also couldn't be in a relationship with that person. But in this case, it's not about animal abuse, and even if I think it's wrong to have the cat inside, I would talk to them and be like, hey, don't you think it might be better for the cat to get some time outside, right? I would never, ever, like, do something with a pet animal against the owner's will, unless it's actual abuse. My boyfriend hated my cat and we slept over at his apartment in a different city than mine. One night I woke up to my cat running across me and burrowing himself under the covers with me. So I sat up and I was like, what is going on? Apparently my cat was asking for the door to be open because that's what they do. So this guy opened the door. The door opens to a hallway with 2 other apartment doors. downstairs and then the main door to the outside. So unless one of the neighbors came in or out, my cat actually wouldn't get outside. But apparently being shot into the hallway by himself freaked him out enough that he came running back upstairs. My boyfriend let him back in, and that's when he ran over to me and snuggled under the blankets. I got up, we laughed, and I never slept there again. We broke up shortly after. He was an evil, evil man. I got up, we laughed, and I never slept there again. We broke up shortly. This chain of events. We just laughed, and then I never slept there again, and I broke up with him. Jeez. Someone in 14 chat last night actually said something like, I don't get people who have birds as pet, they're nasty. Yeah, good thing I wasn't there. To be honest, I wasn't much into birds either until I happened to have them. I happened to have them from like an old relationship, basically. My, like, you know, many years ago, my boyfriend, he used to have budgies, and that's how I gotten used to them. And he had them just because he found a hurt budgie outside, and then because he didn't want it to be alone, he got a second one. But he didn't care too much for them. I started caring for them, and that's how I started to get into birds. Yeah, I don't know. That's like really weird here what's going on. But seems like nobody cared about that one. Okay, am I the asshole for not eating what was made for me as it was served? I gave birth 2 months ago, and everyone says I should be eating less because I'm not eating for 2 anymore. But I'm actually hungrier now than I was before. My sister-in-law said she was also really hungry after giving birth, but says it's your body tricking you and you have to ignore it. She said to be careful because I'm much shorter than she is and will gain weight faster. She offered to bring me some food to help out. Yesterday she brought over lunch for everyone, and it was a salad. I was pretty hungry because I hadn't eaten since breakfast, so I added boiled eggs from the fridge and some cheese. My sister-in-law said I turned her low-fat meal into a fatty one and it defeated the point of her bringing food over for me. She pointed out that my husband, who is taller and more muscular than me, didn't add anything to his lunch. I said I was hungry, so I had to add things. She was upset and left. My husband thinks I should have just eaten the salad as it was and eaten a snack afterwards as not to hurt her feelings. Maybe he's right and I was ungrateful, but when I'm hungry I want to eat what I want. I mean, the husband is right in the way of like that would have been a diplomatic solution, but at the same time, you know, you cannot expect, like, it's nice of the sister-in-law to try to help her, right? But at the end of the day, it's up to the OP here to either better her eating condition or not, right? And you cannot get offended for people not letting you push your ideals onto them, basically. The only question here is whether OP did make it clear enough to her, basically saying, hey, you know, thank you for trying to help, but at the end of the day, I will eat what I need to eat, right? If you make that clear enough, then I don't think the person can get really that offended about it if you're not following their ideals. Yeah, like, it would be different if OP said she would stick to it, but honestly, I don't know. You shouldn't get offended about that. Like, if I try to help someone with something that they don't want to do, right? I cannot get offended by them not going through with it. You cannot just push your ideals onto other people. Of course, it might be an issue, and it's nice that they're trying to help her and worry for her, but at the end of the day, it's her own decision. It's her own decision, and she herself has to fix it. There is honestly not much you can do from the outside anyways. Like, she has to fix it. How dare you not let me backseat? Yeah, it's literally real life backseat gaming. Not the asshole. If you're breastfeeding, that takes a tremendous amount of calories. That is why you're hungry. I'm bordering on need more info, but if it's just like she's casually bringing you food to help you out, then not the asshole. Okay, 350 to 400 extra calories a day. Yeah, that's also a thing, right? Adding eggs and cheese to a salad is really not a big deal, right? I mean, that's the thing, she still ate the salads. She still planned on eating the salad, right? It's not, like, that's also the thing. She just added something to it. Like, it's not a big deal. Yeah. I also don't think the asshole. I think sister-in-law is overreacting. Am I the asshole for wanting to keep my cat even though my boyfriend is allergic? Backstory of my cat. Lots of cat stories today. His name is Apollo, and I, 26 female, adopted him from the Humane Society at 3 years old in 2018 with my ex-husband. Fast forward to August 2021, I finally leave my ex-husband in Kansas and moved back to Texas. From this marriage, we had to split our pets. I took my cat Apollo and my dog Nix. During the transition, I started dating my current boyfriend, 28 male. Apollo is now 8 years old and I'm living in my own apartment with him and my dog. I really love my cat. My boyfriend, My boyfriend and me have now been dating for over a year and have been talking about getting engaged and moving in together. When my boyfriend comes over, he complains about headaches and blames them on the cat. He states that allergy medications don't help and that he shouldn't have to rely on them on a daily basis to live in his own house. He does not want to take allergy shots. I have made several adjustments to try to accommodate for his allergy, but he says nothing helps. This includes keeping Apollo out of the bedroom, 2 air purifiers in my 770 square feet space, wiping Apollo down with an anti-allergy solution, and vacuuming multiple times a week. He said nothing helped his headache. Mind you, he complains of no other symptoms. He has allergies in general, I believe, because he takes Claritin since we started dating. He dotes all over my dog, but clearly hates my cat. He has stated he wants me to rehome him to one of his friends, so at least I can still see him. Despite this one thing, we get along great. Our values are aligned, and I can truly see a bright future together. I truly love my Apollo. He is such a laid-back little guy and is super loving. I just don't think I can rehome him, but at the same time, I don't want to break up with my boyfriend. I told my boyfriend this. He couldn't believe I would pick a cat over the relationship. Am I the asshole for asking him to let me keep my cat despite his allergy? Oh no, Prince. I don't know if your quality is good enough to read up on this, but basically, the cat is 8 years old. She adopted the cat from a social, thing when the cat was 3 years old. What I find very suspicious here is that, so she's done a lot to try to make the allergy issues better for him. And the only symptom the boyfriend has is a headache, which honestly could be a trillion reasons. Like, I have a shit ton of headaches, and there's a trillion reasons to have headaches. You drink too little, bad vision, sitting in front of the computer, sleepiness. Like, there's so many reasons for headaches, right? Like, so that's weird, because I also know, like, what usually cat allergy comes with, like, sniffles and eyes and irritations, right? Stuff like that. So that is kind of weird that it's really only headache he's complaining about. And honestly, I think like, the cat is 8 years old. Cats usually, like, okay, there's some cats that get super old, but often cats get like 14 years old or so, right? I don't know. I would have, like, this one I'm really a little bit beat on. I feel like I'm definitely in favor of the OP here because the boyfriend is clearly favoring the dog and like not. It feels like the boyfriend isn't even trying, right? And that's why I'm in favor of OP here. But that being said, if the allergy really is that bad that you cannot live with the cat under one roof, then it is a problem. But it doesn't sound like that is the case because they are living together and all he complains about is a headache. In that case, I would say he's the asshole trying to force this on her. Yeah, exactly. It seems like this is the thing, right? She's doing so much. And it seems like he's not even trying, right? And that is like is just a red flag to me. Like that he doesn't like value her in the same way. Like or her relation to the cat, right? He's just like, you know, he doesn't like the cat be gone. And he doesn't even like think about like her relation to the cat either and doesn't try for the sake of that. Which indirectly I think is disrespectful to her.
This fly.
Yeah, it's so annoying. Alright. Yeah, he'd love some cat be gone. I think so too. So I think not the asshole. To me, definitely. But we don't know everything, so she could be exaggerating and maybe he does have more symptoms, you know, because to be fair, if it really causes uncurable bad symptoms, then the cat is a problem. But yeah. But it's a tough one. But yeah. Keep him, ditch the guy, yeah. To me, this sounds like a setup. Give to his friends. I bet the cat goes missing shortly after. Oh my god. Ooh, that got dark really fucking quick. But yeah, he definitely doesn't respect her relationship to the cat. So yeah, not the asshole. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more stories. Let's see if we're gonna do all of them. Am I the asshole for ordering food when my children are asleep so I don't have to share? Oh my god. Occasionally, when my 4 children go to bed, I order myself a little something from Uber Eats or DoorDash after a hard day so I don't have to share with the kiddos. Usually, since I'm always the first one to wake up, I'll put the packing beside the indoor trash can and take it out to the outdoor trash can in the morning. I feel like many parents do this. Yeah, I feel like many parents do this. My children ended up waking up first that morning and seeing the I wonder how old the children are. This is really what I'm curious about. Seeing the takeout food packaging and ended up waking me up, asking me what I ate and if they could have some. I told them there was none left and I ate it all last night, thought that would be the end of it. But after I dropped them off at their dad's for the week, my children stay at their dad's house 1 week out of the month rather than just doing weekends, my children's father ended up spamming my phone with text messages of accusing me of misappropriating my children's funds he sends every month. Oh, okay. This is taking another direction here. It's not about the secret ordering. It's about the children's funds. My children's father gives me $100 for each child a month, which is $400 a month, which when it comes to it isn't much, but I'm fine with it because he usually makes up with it by buying the children what they need when an issue arises. For your interest, nothing is court ordered. Ooh. They should get some regulations on this, I feel. This is unhealthy. This is unhealthy. Like, you know, just like by mouth, trust based. This is unhealthy. Yeah. They should go to court. Even if they don't have an issue with each other, they should go to court, get it regulated, you know, be done with it. Otherwise, this will be always an issue. Like, he will always hold stuff over her head. She will always hold stuff over his head, they should get it regulated. It's like getting it regulated is like adding that neutral party, so you're not like mad at each other as much anymore. I have a job as a daycare worker and use my own money I make myself to buy Uber Eats food. He also accused me of being a bad mother because I rather order food for just myself without thinking of my children who were with me, what an asshole, at the time, that I should have just waited until they were with him for the night. I had a really bad day that day and just wanted to do something to cheer myself up, and sometimes food does the trick for me. If I were to order something for everyone, it would have cost a whole lot of money that I wasn't interested in spending. If I were to share by the time my food got back to me, it would have just been the food wrapper. Nah, definitely not the asshole. The father is the asshole. Like, the father, the way I understand it, she still is the main person raising the kids and living with the kids, right? Of course, she has the right to, she's a person too. She has the right to buy stuff for herself. And, like, it's really easy for him to say as the sunshine dad who only sees his kids, like, once in a while, right? To say like, oh, she should share everything with her kids, right? And like, no, like, parents are people too, and they deserve some snacks and stuff for themselves as too. Yeah, don't like 100% of parents hide in the closet to eat some M&Ms because they don't want to share the one selfish treat they got that week. Yes, exactly. This dude needs to shut his pie hole and pay more support, not the asshole. Yeah, agreed. Like, that father is an absolute asshole. Yeah, I think so too. And he's already paying so little. I know, I feel like, yeah, she should really go to court and get this regulated. I'm the only woman in the house. I have 2 tampon boxes in my linen closet, one with tampons and one with snacks. No! Hiding snacks in the tampon box. Oh my god. That is the fucking best, like, hiding place I've ever heard of. Nobody will ever touch that shit. If not a woman. Nobody will ever look in there. Wow. Incredible. Alright. Am I the asshole for missing my birthday party? Okay, based on the headline, I would say no. It's your birthday. You have every right to not be on a birthday party. My parents are divorced and they take turns throwing me a birthday party each year. This year it was my mom's turn to throw me a party. However, my mom's parties are always so lame. And this was my 16th party, so I wanted something cool. My mom always invites her family, who have a bunch of little kids that I don't like, and she won't even get my favorite cake because it's peanut butter cake, and my brother is severely allergic to peanut butter, and she gives me some crappy cheap gift. Oh, spoiled brat vibes. And my brother is severely allergic, okay, yeah, and get a crappy cheap gift and get food from some cheap awful restaurant, or even worse, cooks herself. Wow. Even worse, cooks herself. This is some spoiled brat vibes here. So this year I told her I want to spend my birthday with my dad, but she insisted on throwing me a party, and no matter what I said, she wouldn't accept not to throw a party, so I was like, fine, whatever. I told my dad to throw me a party and it was awesome until my mom called crying, telling me how much I embarrassed her by not showing up to the party she threw, and everyone at the party saw the pictures I posted on Instagram for my dad's party. My mom's extended family all think I'm an asshole. Actually, yeah, never mind. You are the asshole. Oh my god, what a spoiled brat energy. Jesus. Yeah. You know, at the title I was like, yeah, no, it's your birthday. You don't have to have a party, right? That's what I was thinking. But holy shit, the spoiled brat energy in this one is like off the charts. it's like through the roof. Like I feel like I don't even need to say anything. Like this reads like self-explanatory. Just stop being allergic, bro. I want my cake. Yeah. And like the worst thing here, or even worse, she cooks herself. How dare my mother cook for me on my precious birthday? You know? How dare she? How dare she? My precious birthday, if she can't, like, you know, let the cash flow, I don't want her party. Jesus. Like, the spoiled brat energy in this one. Like, probably the dad has more money, so he throws the bigger parties, and the mom has less money, so, you know, Jesus. So she has all the family to help and try to still make it a good party. Oh my god. Feel so bad for the mom. This is why kids are assholes, right? It's all in here. Literally the whole world revolves around them. I want to see the comments. I'm gonna vomit if people say it's not the asshole. What? Unpopular opinion, but not the asshole. OP turned 16, which is a significant milestone birthday for many. OP just wanted a birthday for once that was truly about her for this one day. Okay, there is one part I can kinda agree with that I'm like, okay, maybe, you know, once she can have a peanut cake for her birthday. It's a small cake that the brother can't eat. Like, you know, I feel like that can be okay. But at the end of the day, right, like, if your family, like when I grew up, my family didn't have much money either. My mom actually had a huge debt to pay off, right? So if you grow up like that, then, you know, you are happy there is a cake for everyone, right? Like, and you need to learn that. And if you're 16, you should have learned it by now. That, you know, you have what you have. You're not entitled to have the richest birthday party if you just don't have that. If you still want that, then maybe go work. Go work, earn some money to make a big birthday party for yourself, but you cannot expect your parents to have that kind of money to throw you the biggest party. It was a girl, yeah. Mom hasn't been listening or communicating with OP in a meaningful way regarding her birthdays. OP is a teenager rapidly approaching adulthood who is still being treated like a child by her mom. If mom can't provide for OP on her birthday, then mom should stop playing the victim. Don't do something for others when you know it's not what they want and then have the gall to say they don't... Okay, one thing I agree with. The mom could have agreed to let dad throw the party, but also this is a spoiled brat. This is 100% a spoiled brat, and spoiled brat needs to learn, you know, that money is a thing, you know, budget is a thing, and if you want more budget, go work, you know. You with 16, there is actually things you can do and start doing to earn some money. I don't know, right? Like, so no, I'm like, I'm sorry. And also, we don't know what the conversation went like, you know, between her and her mom regarding the party. Like, but the mom was just like, no, you surely want a party, right? Like, it didn't even sound to me that like OP was that honest to her. Wait, let's see. Yes, yeah, I told her I want to spend my birthday with my dad, but she insisted on... Yeah. All she said is, I want to spend my birthday with my dad. This doesn't sound like I told her this is not the party I want. Just like... We don't know, but I'm just saying it's not clearly stated here that she actually openly communicated what she wanted for her party. Yeah, I mean, we don't even have that to that degree over here. Over here it's sweet 18 because then you can drink. But yeah, I want to see some other takes. Really? Is it all like spoiled teenagers on Reddit nowadays? Oh, you very much sound like a joy to me. I don't think anyway I approve of your general tone and attitude here. But that being said, you told her way in advance that you did not want her to throw this party. Did she really? We don't know this. She only said she wanted to spend her birthday with her dad instead. I know, people, you know, read too much into this, trying to make it into not the asshole, but you know what I think? I think the spoiled brat was just like, Mom, this year I would rather spend the birthday with dad if okay. And Mom is like, no, honey, no. You know, it's gonna be great, blah, 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 blah. And like, you know, it doesn't sound like any, because here, all it says here, I want to spend my birthday with my dad. Like, it doesn't even say, I told her I wanted to have rather a birthday party like that. You know, the ones dad is throwing. Like, she didn't communicate shit about what kind of birthday party she wants. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, no. I feel like people are, like, giving her way too much space here, interpreting way too much into that one single sentence. Also, it isn't on you that she insisted on throwing. Yeah, I already had to repeal it. It never said that she actually said no to the party. Like, okay, she said she didn't want it. No matter what I said, she wouldn't accept not to throw a party. So I was like, fine, whatever. What that means is, in the end, she agreed to the party. And then she just didn't show up to the party. Instead of really saying like, no, Mom, if you're gonna throw this party, I'm not gonna be there. I'm gonna be with Dad, right? Just say, like, yeah. People are, I don't know, interpreting way too much into this, like, I don't know. Spoiled brat. Asshole. I don't care. Even if there's some valid points here, spoiled brat asshole energy. Yeah. Alright. 3 more stories. Am I the asshole for leaving for an event without my girlfriend? My 26 male girlfriend, 25 female, takes hours to get ready. Her hair is very untamable, and that alone takes her more than an hour to fix. Yesterday, we went to a friend's surprise 30th birthday party who I've known my entire life. He was going to show up around 8 p.m. We were expected to be there by then. Even though I repeatedly asked her to start getting dressed hours before the event, she still somehow only started curling her hair at 7:30. I told her I was leaving. She could either tie up her hair and leave with me now or just show up to the party by herself later. She didn't budge and just whined till I got in the car and left. At the party, oh my god, her parents were there, oh no. At the party, her parents asked me where she was. I told them she was still getting dressed. Okay, here we are taking it maybe a little far, okay? I generally agree with just going. But don't tell the parents she's still getting dressed. That is embarrassing. Wait, do you think they copied the episode? Okay. The surprise was fantastic. Everyone was having a good time and my girlfriend shows up at 8:30. On the way home, she called me immature, not only for leaving her, but also for telling her parents she was late because she was getting dressed. According to her, as a couple, we are a team, and instead of nagging her to get dressed faster and complaining to her parents, I should have just patiently waited and told everyone we were late because of traffic. Yeah. It sounds incredibly stupid to me, but I wanted a second opinion. Was I the asshole? Okay, honestly, faults on both sides. So, oh really? Did they copy the episode? I don't know. But like honestly, on this story, this is a fast one. I feel. I agree. Like I wouldn't lie. Like you shouldn't say, "Oh, stuck up in traffic" or something. He shouldn't have waited either. If she's late, and this has been repeatedly an issue, I think it's fine and it's important to you. At some point, it is fine to just go ahead and leave and show like, I'm not gonna be late because of you getting late ready. At some point that is fine, I think. But you shouldn't tell the parents, oh, she's still getting dressed, right? Like that is taking it too far, because yes, that's not what like that is kind of like betraying her a little, or I don't know. Like you should just say something like, yeah, she's late, unfortunately, right? Like just don't say why. Just don't say why. Don't need to lie about it, but just don't say like, oh, she's still getting dressed. Like that takes it a little bit far. But she can also not expect him to always just patiently wait around for her. But that's not how it works, Prince. If she's that kind of person, she wouldn't feel bad about it, right? If she felt bad about it, she wouldn't have suggested he patiently wait around. Like, that was the right thing. No, I do think you can do that. In fact, I have done this in the past too. I have done this in the past too, with an ex-boyfriend where I just went ahead. It had happened multiple times. I had told him in advance and he wasn't on time, and I was like, at some point I was like, once like, fuck it, and I told him I'm gonna go, and I went, right? And he joined later. But I wouldn't go to his friends and tell like, basically talk bad about him. No, they aren't married even. Yeah. I don't know. Let's say what the comments say. I think people will say not the asshole. But with the exception, he also shouldn't have told the parents like that. But he wasn't the right to leave. If it has happened repeatedly. Not the asshole. If she wanted to be a team, she should have been a team player and start getting ready earlier. Exactly. It's a surprise party, so being on time is important. Not to mention, it's the polite thing to do. Nobody likes the asshole who comes walking in with the person who the surprise party was for. Yeah. Wait. The answer at my house is to tell that everything starts half an hour earlier. She wanted you to miss the surprise party of the surprise part of the party because she's too slow to prepare. Selfish, yeah. Also, it's fine that you told the truth. It's not like you paraded around and told everyone she's late and missed but you replied to their question. Yeah, you can see it that way. I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't lie either. But I feel like I wouldn't have put it that way. But then again, we don't know its exact wording. Nah, okay, Prince. Maybe you stay around once or so, or twice, But it doesn't matter if married or not. At some point, you gotta take a stance and, just show that it's not okay to be late. And, I don't think it's right, to let your partner drag you into being late, Alright. Am I the asshole? But maybe this is also a German attitude, right? Because even though I'm not a hyper-punctual German, I'm really not. But Germans are known for really valuing punctuality. Yeah, that is surprising coming from you because, you're usually not very confrontational. But the problem is that people that are like that, they don't care that you're waiting around because they literally don't think about how they are wasting your time and your evening. They just don't think about that. Am I the asshole for refusing to babysit for my stepsister when I babysit for my brother? My brother has 3 kids, ages 4 and under, and my stepsister is a 7-month-old. I do not have an ongoing relationship with my stepsister. We weren't close when my dad married her mom, and her mom was my dad's affair partner. Wait. Weren't close when my dad married her mom. And her mom was my dad's affair partner, and she was the kid who thought it was great. So my brother and I didn't really like her for that. She was the kid who thought it was great. It was great that the dad had an affair. The relationship was great, I guess. She thought we were brats who wouldn't accept that her mom was better than ours, and that's why the affair wasn't a bad thing. We ended up choosing as older teenagers to not see our dad anymore. He kept trying to keep us in his life, but he broke our mom's heart and he broke our trust. Plus, he gave us no time to accept our parents breaking up. He left our family home and moved in with his affair partner and married her 3 days after the divorce from mom was finalized, and he was pushing his stepdaughter as our sister. We did stay in touch with our dad's siblings. They have stayed in touch with dad and his new family about a week ago, and they gave my stepsister my contact info, and she asked if I would be able to help her out with babysitting since she heard I do it for my brother. I said no. She tried to pull the family card, and I told her we were never family and to ask her parents for help or the people who gave her my contact info. And I told my aunts and uncles whoever give her my info was wrong. My aunt who gave it to her said it wouldn't have killed me to get to know my niece and to help my stepsister when I do it for my brother all the time. I told her the difference is he's my brother and his kids are my nieces and nephews, and my stepsister and her kids are not those things. Stepsister tried to call again, and when I didn't answer, she sent me a text saying I was an asshole and she's in need and she knows I do it. I blocked her. She must have told my aunt who said I was being petty. Nah, not the asshole. This sounds like they're grown up now too. And honestly, even if she was proper family, right? Like even if she was proper family, it is your own free choice. And if you have children, right? If you decide, if you have children, you are not entitled to everybody around you helping you out. It is nice to have people help out, but you're not entitled to that. If you have children, you need to live with the fact that you might just have to take care of them all by yourself. Yeah. Well, basically, Dad had an affair. From that affair, there is a stepsister they never got along with, and now stepsister has kids and asked OP to babysit those kids. And OP said no, because they never got along with each other. But she does babysit for her brother, so family is upset. But yeah, I don't think, like, the thing is, like, stepsister is not entitled to any sort of babysitting anyways, so, and the family has no reason to be upset about it, and even if they on top of that didn't even get along with each other, right? Like, not the asshole. I think this one's very, very fucking obvious. Like, it's like, did stepsister ever did anything for her? My sister can't live with that fact. Yeah, many can't, I know. But like, it's the reality, right? Of course it is nice if your family helps you, and it's a great support net, but you are not entitled to that. Like, if you have kids, they are your responsibility. They aren't your family's responsibility. All right. Last story. Am I the asshole for growing frustrated with my partner's weight loss? Okay, maybe it's unhealthy weight loss, but okay, we'll see. Throw away for reasons. I'm in my mid-30s and have been together with my partner, also in their mid-30s, for many years. My partner, clinically obese, and has been for some time. My partner's clinically obese and has been for some time. Just we were both dumb and didn't think much about it till a couple years ago with a scare. Now I've been charged by his medical people close-knit. They all talk to each other about his weight loss program to be his personal trainer, which I'm fine with since I live with him. I just remind him to take walks and weigh himself daily, make sure he doesn't eat anything too terrible. But for a while now, there's been a thing where he refuses to get a larger package of anything from the store that he'll eat too much of, desserts, snacks, etc., even if they're intended only for me. I get the logic behind it, but this has been going on for over a year now. Sometimes I just want a specific flavor of ice cream we both like, but he refuses to get because he's afraid he'll eat it all. So I blew up at him last night when he asked me what was wrong after a heavy sigh. No harsh words, but I admittedly blunt and frustrated because I'm on spectrum and have a hard time being subtle and controlling tone told him that I wish we could improve his relationship with food. I suggested he needs to find a way to just measure the stuff he wants to eat, scoops, handfuls, food scale, rather than sitting there eating the whole thing. That he needs to learn self-control. He shot back with how restricting what's in the house is how alcohol Anonymous handles problems, which is true, but I told him straight up that I feel that's different because unlike alcohol, food is necessary, and while a lot of the stuff I'm frustrated with is luxuries and niceties, I haven't had a lot of things like ice cream in months, just because he'll proclaim he'll eat it all and we never buy it. I just feel frustrated like he's not approaching the issue in a healthy way and that restricting it is an easy way versus facing the real problem of learning to have a better relationship with food and being mindful of what and how much you eat. Yeah. I genuinely had no issue with it at first since he needed to lose weight, but sometimes it really feels like he does the bare minimum and skates on by even with all my reminding and pushing. Not to discredit what he does do, he weighs himself in the morning and will take walks with a gentle reminder. I love him, I genuinely do, but I'm growing to be in a spot where I might even have to separate myself from him before he suffers medical issues and I lose my mind. So am I the asshole for blowing up at him and immediately critiquing his reasons? Someone recommended I add that due to circumstances I have no access to a vehicle, so shopping by myself isn't really an option. I mean, even if you were shopping by yourself, you would still bring it home. No, just hide it for him. Go shop for yourself. Hide it in your tampon box. The first Am I the Asshole star we had today was yielding the answer. Hide it in a tampon box. This is a weird one for me because I feel like this is something so... I feel like this is something so minuscule to get frustrated over because on one hand, as a partner, you should be happy he's doing anything at all to better the situation, even if it's a step-by-step thing, right? And these step-by-step solutions for some people are necessary, right? And I wouldn't just go and assume that this is a bad thing. I don't know, consult a therapist or something who actually knows what's the best way to approach this, right? Don't just assume tackling the core issue is what needs to be done here, right? Many people need something for example, if people stop smoking, they often go for vaping for a while until they fully stop. Not like me, but some people do. They need something to close the gaps, basically. Yeah, exactly. I do think he needs therapy, but I also think from a partner's perspective, it's weird to just like, there's so many things here that are weird to me, right? Just go out, get snacks for yourself. Though they do say, I cannot go shopping by myself. I don't know. Can you not order some snacks online for yourself? I don't know, like... Can you not hide it? Like, can you not agree to, like, okay, I buy this for myself and then I hide it? Yeah, I don't feel like she's an asshole. It's just such a weird, minuscule thing to be frustrated over for such a long time. To blow up over. Is this really all there is? Yeah. I feel like not the asshole, but at the same time, I feel like the reaction is weird, right? Because like I feel like you should be happy for any effort that is happening, and not try to descend. Like as a partner, right? You should be not trying to remove the incentive from it, basically. But yeah, it feels like a therapeutic here could help, probably. It's a weird one, honestly. But yeah. Yeah, they're saying you're the asshole, should never have agreed to be his personal trainer. I was a personal trainer, but would have never trained my obese husband. I wasn't. Wait, I missed that. I've been charged by his medical people, close-knit, to be his... Oh, shit, I missed that. I read this as, like, there are medical people that are his personal trainer. That, honestly, yeah, that is a yikes as a partner. That is a big yikes. Yeah, get him a therapist that specializes in eating disorders. Actually needs to find a therapist, not you. Seriously unhealthy dynamic. Yeah, 100%. It is super unhealthy if like you're the one, like it does create like a mom relationship. 100%. Not the asshole. He needs to be in control of his vitals, and frankly, his medical team are making this your problem. Funny! I agree with both takes! That's why this is such a weird one, right? I agree with both takes. I agree with both takes. I do also agree he needs to be in control of his weight loss. However, I think there's just mistakes on both sides, right? She shouldn't be as... like, I wonder how such a minuscule issue blows up, right? Like, while I agree with this, that he should be in control of his weight loss, at the same time, you know, if you're in a long year relationship, of course you want to support each other. And I think that is a beautiful and good thing about relationships, supporting each other and trying to better each other together. But personal trainer is not the right role for that, for sure, because that's not like an equal, like that's a weird dynamic. But I do think she should push for him to seek therapy. But yeah. I'm going to go against the grain and say, nah. Yes, not asshole, I guess. Yes, you are understandably frustrated by your significant other's issues with food and the resulting limitations. That doesn't make you an asshole, that just makes you human. Equally, he has realized where his strengths and weaknesses are. His weakness is not being able to resist those foods when they are easily available, like they are when they're in the pantry. He has realized his strength is in not bringing those foods into the house at all. That's not being an asshole, that's just playing to his strength. It's his attempt to improve his health. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, that's what I was also thinking. Like, you need to start closing the gap. You need to first find something, how you can get rid of the behavior. I don't think either of you are being assholes. I think you both need to be able to discuss this without getting angry at each other, because that's the only way you're going to find a solution. So you're going to have to work with him to find a time to have this discussion when neither of you are annoyed at the other about this. There's probably a compromise that you can both live with. That said, I suspect you're going to need to compromise more than him, and I suspect this because I personally have the same weakness. Despite decades of trying to overcome it, it's easy to say just go to a nutritionist or a therapist, both of which I have done multiple times, and neither of which have worked. I know what works for me, and I've been fortunate enough that my family accommodates me. Good luck. That's a really fair, good take. That's some great advice here. Could you try to get a... That's a good advice too. Food lockbox. A food lockbox that looks like a box for tampons. It will 100% work. Hide your snacks in the tampon box. Yeah, definitely trigger, definitely. But yeah, like the OP being the personal trainer is a problem too that should not have happened.